This morning, protests are expected to grow across the nation following former President Donald Trump's indictment.
It's the first time in history a former president has been indicted for a crime. Austin Love is covering the story for us this morning and joins us now live from Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, where just 7 years ago, Mr. Trump accepted the Republican nomination.
Yeah, it was right here in Cleveland, and during that 2016 run-up is where the hush money scheme unfolded, and now it has led to charges for the 45th president of the United States.
Political shockwaves as former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a Manhattan grand jury. The historic first criminal case against a former president, prompting a host of new questions. The indictment is still under seal, so we don't know exactly what charges he'll face, but it stems from Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's investigation into a hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential campaign and how that payment was documented. Mr. Trump denies Daniels' claims of a 2006 affair, the former president calling the indictment political persecution and election interference at the highest level in history. Republican leaders coming to Mr. Trump's defense, including his former vice president Mike Pence, now a potential 2024 rival, telling CNN,
"The unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue is an outrage."
Former President Trump has declared he's running for the White House again in 2024, and polls show that he is the Republican frontrunner right now. He has made clear any criminal indictment will not stop his campaign, though it will loom over the months ahead.
Okay, and the big question that so many people have right now is what's next? What's next in this process? Well, we're told that President Trump will soon fly to New York, where he'll be processed and fingerprinted as part of this indictment. And NBC News, Dave, is reporting right now that President Trump will be in front of a judge come next Tuesday. Dave?
Now, Austin, you said Mr. Trump plans to continue campaigning, and that's one of the biggest questions people have been asking, right, is how this could impact the 2024 election.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there's so many things up in the air right now, but we turn to Case Western Reserve law professor Jonathan Enton, who says that in the past, criminal indictments like these haven't stopped people.
There is nothing that would prevent someone from running for president while under indictment. In fact, some people, some public officials or former public officials have actually been elected or reelected while they were in jail.
Yeah, so right now, at this point, it's just a waiting game, Dave, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, no questions, far from over. Austin, thank you. And there are still a lot of questions about what happens next, but this indictment has been years in the making. Here's a closer look at how we got here.
It starts in August of 2018 with former personal lawyer for Mr. Trump, Michael Cohen, after Cohen pleaded guilty to federal crimes. At that time, he told the court that the former president directed him to make hush money payments to two women during the 2016 campaign to keep them from speaking publicly about alleged affairs with Trump. 1 year later, in August of 2019, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office opened its investigation into the matter after federal prosecutors said they had concluded their own investigation. That same month, officials in New York issued a subpoena for Mr. Trump's personal and corporate tax returns. Those tax returns weren't turned over until February 2021 after several failed legal defenses. The Trump Corporation was charged with a 15-year tax scheme a few months after and convicted in December of 2022. In January of this year, the Manhattan DA's office convenes a new grand jury that meets for the next 3 months to hear testimony about those hush money payments, leading us to yesterday's indictment.